Hi, I'm Max Perez from Digital Octopus, and today we're going to be installing this KWS-1015 on this 2012 Camaro. It's a simple installation, plug and play, no cutting wires. So let's get started and I'll show you how it's done. All right, so we're going to start off right in here, and I'm just going to show you how to connect all these wires. This way we do it in here, and then we'll take it to the car and we'll apply these to the car. So I'm just gonna go through the bag, and the first thing I want to take out is the main wire harness, which is this one here. I'm gonna show you how to connect this. Let's start with the white harness that goes right over here. It doesn't fit anywhere else, as you can see, so we're gonna just push that down and you should hear it click. Then we're gonna put this aside for a bit. We're gonna do the one with the purple, red, green wire, and that goes on the bottom part here. So that's like the bottom left of the radio. So we're gonna put that right in here. Perfect. So we're gonna push that right in, and that's nice and snug. Next, we're gonna plug in our main power, which is right above the fuse, right over here. Push that in, make sure it's nice and snug again. The next one we're gonna do is this tiny white one that says, there's no label on it, but it is a white and blue. And then this one goes on the side here. This is very important. This is the one that makes your steering wheel work. So if you press up and down and your volume up and down and it's not working, it's most likely because this is not plugged in right. Okay, so now you should be left with something that looks just like this. All right, I'm gonna show you how to connect these All-Star and all these cables in just 1 second. These two go to the car. So if you're only gonna use Apple CarPlay, these are the only two you need, and you don't need to worry about anything else. But I'm gonna show you how to install everything else, right? Because that's my job. The next one is the rear view camera wire here. This is the receiver. So if you put in an aftermarket rear view camera like the DOC 1013 or 1415, you connect the RCA cable right here. And we're gonna put that down. And again, these only go in one way, so there's no way to mess this up. So I'm gonna push it down, and you should hear it click, just like that. The next one out is our GPS antenna. I'm just gonna pull this a little bit, and right over here it says GPS, so we're gonna put the GPS. Perfect. The one that looks like a little long stick here, this is your Wi-Fi antenna. And of course, I'm gonna show you where to place this in your car. All right. The next one we're gonna do is your RCA harnesses. And that goes on the long one here. Same process. Push them in, very careful. And you should hear it click, and they'll be nice and snug. Real quick, I'm just gonna go over these wires. So this is video in. This is a video out in case you want to put a rear view, back seat monitor. This is another video in. This is if you want to put a front camera, like a bumper camera, you can connect that there. Then we have audio, LNR out, and auxiliary in. You have your microphone input, and you have your subwoofer. The blue one here, this gives you 12 volts. So if you have the factory amp, not the factory amp, I'm sorry. If you have a aftermarket amp, you would just strip this here, and this will be what powers it up. You could also connect the rear view camera power here, or you could splice the ground wire in here and connect your video camera right in there. Next, we have a microphone. The microphone, it's not required, but I'm gonna go ahead and put it on. And it's not required because there's a microphone built in right over here. All right, so I'm gonna flip this back down. We have our chime speaker, and this is what makes the sounds, the ticking sound for when you turn on your left signal, your turn signal, right signal, whatever you do. And then if you have proximity sensors and all that, this is what makes the sound. This is where it's gonna come out of. So we're gonna connect this. This goes right into the main RCA, and it's a small little one here. Again, all of these have different shapes, so they only fit in one place. There's no way to mess this up. All right, so now we're just left with 2 USBs, which are these two right here, and antenna wire, and this will connect to your car, and the other part connects to the back of the radio right over here. And then we have our 2 USB ports. So this way, if you want to connect the jump drive, we have 2 options right here. All right, so, and again, these only fit in one place. So I'm just gonna go ahead and plug that in right over here. I'm putting it upside down, so it didn't go in. So I'm just gonna flip it over, and it should go in now. All right, so now we have all of our wires connected. So now we can go ahead and go to the car and actually just plug these in the way that we're gonna do it. So all we have to do is just basically, to be done, we're gonna connect this one, AC, and this one here. These are the 3 main ones that we need. So we're gonna connect these 3 and we should be ready to go. I'm gonna show you how to wire these up too. So stay tuned and let's go. Okay guys, so we are sitting here in the car. As you can see, I already took out the main head unit. If you would like to see a video on how this is done, I'm gonna leave a link in the description, and you could go ahead and follow that video and come back here. All right, so now we're here in our car, and the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna start with the easier stuff to install, and we're gonna do the chime speaker, and this is what's gonna emit the sound from your turn signal, your rear view sensors. It will be emitted through here. So what we're gonna do, I already have one installed. So what we want to do is we want to take out the backing here, and we're gonna move it right behind this wall, and we'll stick it right back there. So like I said, I already have one installed here from my previous radio, and I'm just gonna use the same one. So now this should look just like this. So you have your speaker back here and your wire. We're gonna put that on the side. From your Camaro, we have the main harness, the AC harness, we have the radio antenna, and the XM antenna. The XM antenna we're not gonna use because this radio does not support XM antenna from factory. You will have to download the XM app and run it as an app instead. So we have our 3 harnesses. If you have any more, it's most likely because you have a 2013 and up, or 2014, 2015 Camaro with the MyLink display. The only other wire that's there is probably a USB, and that routes to the center console, and the rear view camera adapter. All right, so now since we already have all of our wires connected from before, well, the first thing what I want to point out is that we want to reuse our clips. I only have one here, but you should have 3, 1, 2, and 3 from your previous unit, and we're gonna put them right over here. And I'm gonna go ahead and start plugging these things in. All right, so next what we're gonna do is once we have our speaker in, we're gonna do our Wi-Fi antenna. And for the Wi-Fi antenna, you could go ahead and just take the sticker off, and you can just put it on this plastic piece back here, and it will work just fine if you leave it there. So there it is back here. So now this is my Wi-Fi speaker, which is connected to the back of the radio. And next we're gonna do our GPS antenna, which looks just like this right here. And what we're gonna do with this, you could also just hang this right here. It's magnetic, so it should stick right back there, if you can see. And it works just fine if you leave it back there. It shouldn't have a problem. It's holding behind this metal here, so I'll put it down for you. Or another way that you can install it is just run it through your glove compartment, and you can run it up and put it on your windshield, wherever you want, if you feel more comfortable. But again, this works just fine for me when I put it right here. So I'm just gonna stick this guy right back there, this out of the way. So once you have those guys installed, we're almost done. Believe it or not, we only have three more connections to go, and the first one will be the AM/FM antenna, which goes in the black one here. So we're gonna plug that right in. And that should look just like that, the AM/FM antenna wire, and that goes to the back of the head unit as well, which is this one right here. And as we're getting closer, what we're gonna do is a little bit of wire management here, so we don't have all these wires in the way. We don't want to pinch these wires when we put the radio on, so I'm just gonna go ahead and grab these. You could use electrical tape, or Tessa tape is the one that I like to use, which is like this one here, is that fabric looking one from factory. So next what we want to do is we want to put our head unit right down here. I'm gonna get a piece of cloth or a towel, and we're gonna put it right here on the shift knob. This way we can protect the screen. And I'll put it right under that too. All right, so as we get closer to our installation, now we can go ahead and run the two USB ports that's on the back of the head unit. This way we have space to run it. We're gonna put it right in through here and right into the glove compartment. I do have other wires in the glove compartment, that's from previous installations, but I'm just doing these again so you guys can see it. But these are the way I had it connected before. This is my subwoofer, my other GPS antenna, which I just have it thrown in there because I don't have time, since I always have to change them around in this particular vehicle. So we're gonna go ahead and look for those USB ports, which are right here. We have the two USB ports, and we're gonna run them right through here. And then now we can go ahead and just pull them through the other side, which is the glove compartment side. So once we have our connections done, we only have two more to go, which is the main harness. We're gonna leave that one for last, and the AC, which is next. All right, so for the AC, and I'm sorry I'm doing this one-handed, so we're gonna go ahead and plug it right in. And you should hear that click, just like that. And then finally, our main harness that goes to the main harness on the car, which is the big one. Everything is plug and play. It has different shapes, so there's really no way you can mess this up. And we're gonna go ahead and put this one in next. For this one, I'm gonna need both hands, so I'm just gonna move the phone out of the way and get the other camera to record. Okay, so there we go. We're gonna squeeze it in, and bring that handle down, that level down, and that should be it. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna lift out head unit, and as you can see right away it's turning on, and that's because I have my ignition open right now. All right, so we are almost ready to put this in. As you can see, I found some clips and I put them back in. I'm gonna go ahead now and lift the radio up, and I'm just gonna line these guys up with right here. Factory it was. So I'm just gonna lift up and I'm gonna line those guys up in the back and kind of drop it down into place. At the bottom here, we're gonna put those 2 screws. We'll go right under here, so we can hold these guys in place. So we gotta stick those in. Next, we're gonna do our charging plate. This is from the KWS-1015, which, by the way, guys, we're gonna start making these standalone. So this way, you can have your wireless charger right in your Camaro. And this is what the final product should look like right here. There it is. So I'm gonna make a separate video for you guys, showing you how it's done, how to play around with this, how these buttons work, etc. Here's a sneak peek of something you guys have been waiting for, but that's another video. And that's about it. So thank you guys. You guys have a great one. I'll catch you on the next video.